Hello and welcome back to the Turnbuckle channel. We are giving you our Royal Rumble review today after what I would describe as a very disappointing PLE last night.
hmm
We are now officially on the road to WrestleMania, but there's something missing. Um, you'll notice as well, repping our new merch.
We are indeed. We are.
Finally got our new jumpers. So thank you, Holly's Graphics, for those. Anyone want to get any work t-shirts or even just personalized jumpers, anything you wanted, make sure you check out Holly's Graphics because these are incredibly comfy, very warm, multiple different colours. But make sure you check them out, and she can sort you out with those. And I will try and get your discount code in the description. Um, but yeah, jumping on to last night, a very disappointing, what looked like an empty stadium in Riyadh for the Royal Rumble 2026. Whoever's idea it was to put that lighting in, you need sacking. But as always, joining me is David. How are you,
Hello.
buddy, after your 2 hour drive home last night?
Surprisingly, the fact that I didn't get up to like 10, 11 today and still had an afternoon nap this afternoon, I'm still quite tired to be fair. It
Yeah,
was
it was a
a
busy
it was a busy
weekend.
week. Yeah, it was a busy weekend. Obviously we came down the Friday. We watched SmackDown together on the Friday,
Yeah,
and then Saturday we managed to go out some nice food. But apart from that, it was well, we can't take any credit for the cooking. Luckily, Alicia and Hall did all the cooking
yeah,
for us, but we hosted the event yesterday for Royal Rumble, which was a success despite the underwhelming PLE.
yeah,
But apart from that, it was great to get everyone together and watch it for the event. But obviously, we'll get into our thoughts and breakdown of the overall
yeah,
disappointing Royal
100%.
Rumble.
I'm very disappointed with it. We obviously did a video that you guys will never see because it's too late now to post it, and we didn't get it out in chance. But we did a
Yeah.
video on Wednesday where we were talking about like the greatest moments. We were discussing like Cena's return in 2008, Edge's return in 2020, and a few other moments in the history of the Royal Rumble that were great. And we were like, oh well, look at it this weekend. We've potentially got people like Seth Rollins, LA Knight, Chris Jericho, Paige, Powerhouse Hobbs. There was Bianca, Tiffy, Brie Bella. All these drew back, and you look back now at the women's. Yes, okay, we got Brie Bella and we got Tiffy at 30. Wasn't much else in that rumble that I'm sat there going,
No.
crazy. Like we kind of had a conversation. You're like, well, Nikki Bella's been back on TV, so you expect that kind of return.
hmm
Um, there was nothing really in it. Obviously, we'll go into more detail in a second. But then you go over to the men's rumble, and it was like, right, this is what we're expecting. There's going to be loads going on this. There's meant to be loads of surprises. We got Powerhouse Hobbs, which then become Royce Keys. Why announce him as Powerhouse Hobbs to then just change his name? Because you got that massive pop, and everyone like, oh my god, Powerhouse Hobbs, Royce Keys, who the is this guy? People immediately lost interest.
hmm
LA Knight come out, um, and I think that was an underwhelming pop. Like I know he's only been out injured since begin December, but he hasn't been seen on screens for 6, 7 weeks.
Yeah.
I thought that in America that's a massive pop. Saudi just sort of didn't do it for me. Um, and you're going for all these other peoples, and then it gets to number 30. We're like, right, Chris Jericho. It has to be Chris Jericho. And it was fucking Gunter. And you're like, oh, I was at the point like if we weren't at that watch party, I'd have just gone. Oof, I wouldn't have cared because it was like, as soon as Gunter come at you, we all literally looked at each other and went, well, that's Roman winning then. And it was like,
Yeah.
it absolute waste of time. But we'll go through the event um, in match order. So, obviously, I've just said a bit about mine. What are your thoughts on the women's Royal Rumble, which was obviously won by Judgment Day's Liv Morgan?
Yes. To be fair, I was hoping for a more of an closure with Judgment Day. Don't get me wrong, happy to see Liv win, but I would have liked to see him like the return of Bianca Belair, or possibly even obviously the rumors about Paige getting be ready to get back into in-ring reaction, especially at some teaser video she was putting on
Yeah.
socials. But obviously we got Tiffany. Yeah, great to see Tiffany back. But no, overall, I think that match was pretty underwhelming. To be fair, obviously, yeah, it's nice to have Brie back, but I would have liked to see maybe you get a segment with Brie versus Nikki, instead of being on the same side, maybe to go for
Yeah.
the tag titles, because we did have that little bit of tease with Charlotte and Alexa Bliss as well. So maybe that's how the titles change over and leading up to Mania. But yeah, overall, I think the way to sum up probably the whole event as well as this match is underwhelming. To be fair, I was hoping for more
100%.
surprises. Um,
The
but I
thing
am,
that's
but
baffled
then
me,
again, I
though,
am happy to see Liv win.
I'm not happy to see Liv win. Out of the
Mm.
three that are left, give it Sol Ruka. And I explained this to someone earlier. I explained it to Tom, and he was like, "Yeah, but Charlotte did the NXT title because it boosted Rhea." And I'm sort of
Mm.
like, "Yes, but if you give Sol Ruka versus JC Jane a headline spot on WrestleMania, they are two people that aren't going to
Yeah,
care if you don't put them in the main event."
yeah,
So it could just be, rather than be like, "Oh, they win the main event," you go, "They win the championship match arena." You put the NXT title
yeah,
onto Big Eyes. There's more people over into NXT.
yeah,
You have JC Jane lose that, so that gives Sol Ruka a massive boost on NXT. But then Monday Night Raw, you have JC Jane debut on Raw.
yeah.
You've given both the big boost, and it's ended at Mania. Even if she went and like you change it up a little bit, and I know I
Hmm.
explained this to you earlier, and I've seen it online. It's really confused me. But even if she turned around and Sol Ruka had won it, and she goes, "I want my WrestleMania main event, not at
Yeah,
WrestleMania, but WrestleMania weekend. Give it me at Stand and Deliver, Sol Ruka, JC Jane, Stand and Deliver, main event,
hmm,
NXT Women's Championship." And you sit there and you
yeah,
go, fucking hell, they've done something different with it. Something that's going to shock
yeah,
people. People are going to tune in because you're like, "Oh, it's a Rumble winner."
hmm,
Or you give it Tiffy and you give Tiffy a nice little boost.
yeah,
What's pissed me off is Liv eliminates Raquel. You start seeing the tension there. And then WWE today have put a video out of Raquel, Liv, and Roxanne all jumping and hugging each other, calling Dirty Dom backstage. And I'm like, at least keep. If you can't now have that happen in the ring,
yeah,
them at that backstage, and then tomorrow on Raw, you have someone else like Raquel
hmm,
and Liv argue with each other because people are going to sit there and go, "You're fucking ruining the kayfabe." Like I know
yeah,
for what we all know it's fake.
yeah. No, we do, yeah, but
We know
it's
it's
still like,
scripted
yeah,
storyline, but fucking at least give some excitement that people are going to be like, "Oh my god, they haven't spoke to each other backstage." Raquel was the only one there that didn't do that video call.
yeah,
Oh, there's tension building, and you get the stories going where now it's kind of like if Liv or Raquel turn each other on each other tomorrow on Raw, I'm going to sit there and go, "Well, this
yeah.
is
What's the
bullshit.
point? Like, yeah,
Fucking what's the
what's the
point?"
point?
Yeah,
At least
um,
like I'll obviously don't get me wrong, as you mentioned there, like obviously off outside the WWE, obviously they will all be happy with each other and stuff, but don't post on socials because, as you said, it just
yeah,
carried kayfabe on. Like you could just do like a little segment where Liv celebrating, Roxanne comes in, Raquel sort of maybe in the background somewhere, just like looking
just
on to
lingers.
build
But yeah, she's
build
jumping all on
tension.
the phone, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah," and I'm like,
So, but no, you made a good point there about Saruka. She's carried that match. She's a
"Yeah,
I think the fit because obviously I do watch NXT, but I don't really keep up to date as much as what I did with what I do for Raw and obviously
yeah,
SmackDown. So I see it, but when we saw Saruka at Saturday Night Main Event, I was like, oh, she's a great talent. That was a really good match that she had with Bailey back in December. And last night she pulled off again out the bag.
yeah."
She carried that match. Like she was, I think
She was the Iron
correct me if
Survivor,
I'm
wasn't
wrong.
she?
She was the longest in the match last night.
56
Yeah,
minutes, I want to say something stupid like
she was great.
that.
And also just to put out there as well, one of the best finishes today in WWE,
Soul
the Soul
Snatcher was
Snatcher,
great.
and the double one
The
she did
double
as
one.
well. Yeah.
I'd have really liked to have seen though her do it outside the ring. That's what she went
Mm,
for when she was living. I'd love to have seen that.
yeah.
Just before we quickly go forward, I've just seen a comment that's made me laugh. Um, Obviously, we put a post out last. Well, you put the post out last
Was
night
this
to
on
say,
YouTube?
to say all the winners, yeah.
Yeah.
And someone's just come to saying Gunter did not win, Roman did. Clearly, they haven't watched the video all the way through. They've seen Liv win. Then we've put obviously Gunter wins for the Gunter
Yeah.
AJ match, and he's gone. Oh no, Gunter. Check the comment if you're watching this. Watch the full video before you comment
Yeah.
because you just look like a dick.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
To be fair, I did make a mistake on the post we did put out. What was it? Saturday night main event. So
yeah, but
I did
that's
make a
not this
mistake,
one.
but I have made sure I didn't make it again.
Yeah, but no, we've just hit 51 subscribers, so thank you to all of you who have
Yes.
subscribed. It is much appreciated. But no, like I said, women's Rumble was very overwhelming, or underwhelming. I
Hmm.
don't know how you want it. Was shit. Um, I am excited to see Brie Bella back. Now, we did say this on a podcast the other week that she mentioned on another podcast that she wanted one more run in WWE
Yeah.
with Nikki Bella. Now, we had the conversation whether that means do her and Nikki team up or do her and
Hmm.
Nikki. Let me just adjust my light. Do her and Nikki rival
Yeah.
each other? Um, and then I think she put it on. It was Brie put it on her story last night. There's a photo of her and Nikki just
Hmm.
before they went out to the Rumble.
Yeah. I've seen that.
Captioned somewhat along the lines of, "And yes, this means the Bella twins are back for good
Yeah.
and together, um, in the nicest way possible." I want to see Brie Bella back because I've said it. I think
Yeah.
Brie Bella was the better wrestler,
No, I
um,
agree.
and she's
It's,
more over the fans. But we've already got 50 million tag teams.
yeah, we have at the
So
moment.
why are we having the only way this works? You bring back a second set of women's tag team titles because
Hmm.
let's be honest, apart from Sol Ruka and Zaria or Zariah, whatever her name is, that was
Yeah.
like 5 months ago.
Yeah.
When do we ever see NXT talent going for a women's tag team titles?
Yeah.
There's none really there. So
Yeah.
it could be that we just have a Raw and a SmackDown women's tag team titles,
Hmm.
get the brands going on both sides, and NXT, if they can choose their way of Raw and SmackDown, they start feeding maybe into a SmackDown title tag matches, lose them, maybe a couple months on the line, then you get a different tag team going to Raw, and you can alternate between the two. But at the moment, the way that it's going with all these women's tag teams is at WrestleMania, you're going to have Rhea and Io as champions, and it's going to be like a 50-woman ladder tag team match
Yeah.
to
It will
decide
be.
who's going to be the tag champ because you're going to need to try and get more on the card. There are too many tag teams. I don't get why they've made Julia and Kiana James a tag team.
Hmm.
Keep Julia as US champion, put her in the open challenge, or get her in a rivalry where she ends up rivaling with Kiana James. Because Kiana James looked good in the Rumble last night. It was a bit botchy at the first, but that's because Nia Jax is fucking awful at giving cues.
Yeah.
And she botched a lot yesterday. But
Yeah.
Kiana James did herself some good. But they've made that a tag team. Ultimately, now looking at it, you're probably going to get the split of the Kabuki Warriors
Yeah.
after Kyrie eliminated Oscar. They've teased the split of Judgment Day.
Yeah.
So you've got Rio, Kabuki Warriors, Lash Legend and Nia Jax, Charlotte and
Hmm.
Alexa, the Bella
Yeah.
Twins now, Kiana and Julia. You've got Chelsea Green and Alba Fire,
Yeah.
Mitchin and B-Fab. They're always a tag team with each other. Um, You'll end up with probably Maxine Dupree and Ivy Nile or something stupid like
Mm.
that. It'll be a tag team together. There's like 9 or 10 women's tag teams, and you sit there
Yeah.
going, at what point do they stop?
I think with the Bellatons coming back, I did correct on what I said before. Obviously, not going after Alexa and Charlotte, maybe going after Rhea and Io. Sorry, the tag champs. So that was a correction. But maybe we see them, and then maybe obviously that's when we might see a bit of tension rise. Because I can't see them taking the title straight from Rhea and Io. I really do think they're a great tag team, and they do work really well together. So it would be a shame to see them lose the titles, especially to the Bell Twins. But
But
I think that'd be a good story but it would be a great match to see both tag teams in the ring at that point. But
maybe you have another tag team I missed, Bailey and Lyra. Bailey,
Yeah.
Lyra, Rio and Io, the Bella Twins,
Mm.
and I'm going to put Chelsea Green and Alba Fire in that because I feel like that's a fatal
Yeah.
four-way tag team match for the titles at Mania.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, you could have from all the other tag teams are listed, so you could have Raquel and Roxanne,
Mm.
Lash Legend, Nia Jax, Kabuki Warriors if they stay together, Charlotte and Alexa.
Yeah.
That's then your other set of titles, and you have an inaugural women's tag team match at Mania. Um, although I feel like they're going to split a few tag teams up now, but then there's not many
Yeah.
women in the women's division to. You know that Liv is more than likely going to pick Stephanie Vicaire, and I'm going to put it out there now that I think Tiffy Stratton's going to win the Chamber, and
Hmm.
it's going to be Tiffy and Jade in a rematch for the title.
Yeah.
Um, so that's your two women's matches. Obviously, we'll come on to the
Yeah.
men's ones later, but then you throw the tag team match in there.
Hmm.
You've got MFTs are currently tag team champions, and you sit there going, realistically, who are they going to start a rivalry from now till Mania? So that's
Yeah.
probably going to be MFTs versus the White Six in a rematch for the title,
Yeah.
or they'll get defended on the SmackDown before, which I don't agree with.
Yeah.
Um,
No, same. I don't agree with that.
Intercontinental Champion is currently Dom. Well, no one knows when he's due back. Strip him of the title, give it someone else,
Yes.
put it in a ladder match.
We mentioned it in the previous show as well. It's like the 30 day, like you haven't been able to
Yeah,
defend the title for the first days.
they
It shouldn't
announced.
be. It shouldn't be one rule for one and one rule for the other.
Yeah, they
It's,
announced
it,
3 days after Christmas that he was injured.
yeah,
He'd already been off TV 2 weeks.
and it's like we're coming into obviously we're coming into February now. Well, sorry, we are in
Yeah,
February now as well. It's literally 2 months before Mania. You need every champion on the show doing segments, doing promos, getting
yeah,
these rivalries built up. The Chamber, probably maybe another Saturday Night Main Event thrown in there or what, but it's going to be Chamber Mania. All the titles should be defended online on at the show, and I know NXT is obviously going to be the Saturday before, and obviously I'll come to that in a minute. From what you messaged me about before about Mania being in Vegas and Stand Deliver is not going to be
yeah,
Vegas, keeping in
yeah.
New
That was a
Orleans.
weird thing that I read earlier. So for anyone that isn't aware,
Yeah,
looked WrestleMania obviously, as we all know, is in Vegas this year again.
yeah,
Stand and Deliver is still scheduled to be in New Orleans, which is
mm,
where Mania was meant to be. So it's sat there at the moment as it's running. The They're hours apart from each other. Now,
yeah,
from when I went, and I know you said the same when you went, that NXT Stand and Deliver was great for the weekend because we went to SmackDown. We had a good time at SmackDown, got the Hall of Fame. You go to NXT, and that starts off your WrestleMania weekend, and you're like, yeah, buzzing.
it
Some
does.
good young talent that put their everything on the line. You watch that wrestling, you're like, that's really good. Right now, I've got the hype. Like I had 2 days, obviously you only had the one, but
Mm,
I got the 2 days. So that Saturday morning, when I watched Stand and Deliver, and then went to WrestleMania straight after, and it built the whole weekend. You can't do that this year unless you're willing to go
yeah,
from Vegas on a Saturday, fly to New Orleans overnight to get there first thing in the morning to watch Stand and Deliver, to then have to fly back to Vegas and hope that nothing gets delayed and you make it in time to get to the match, to get to
yeah.
WrestleMania. It's
It's
unless it just hasn't been updated and they are moving Stand and Deliver to Vegas, and that might come
yeah.
later on.
I hope they
But
do because yeah,
it was
I
an
hope they
official
do. 'Cause,
WWE website I was looking on earlier, and it still says
mm,
Stand and Delivers in New Orleans. And I was like,
yeah,
you're gonna
I hope they,
you're gonna have different crowd at that kind of match because everyone's gonna be caring about WrestleMania. No one's gonna care about Stand and Deliver, and I feel like that's just a shame for NXT.
no, it is 100%. As you mentioned, that it's like it sort of kicks off the weekend for
Yeah,
Mania. I know when I went, it was the schedule was Hall of Fame on the Friday, NXT Saturday, WrestleMania Sunday, and then it was Monday Night Raw, and then it was at that time it was Tuesday SmackDown.
yeah, yeah. So we
Um,
did Friday Night SmackDown. We got the Hall of Fame the same night.
yeah,
Well, straight after SmackDown.
mm,
Saturday morning, NXT Stand and Deliver.
mm,
Saturday afternoon, Mania Night 1. Sunday, Mania Night 2. Monday Night Raw, and then we come home on the Tuesday.
Yeah, it just
Um,
it just starts the weekend. Like for me when I went, I didn't go to Hall of Fame because it was a separate event at that
yeah,
time. But it was the show of the weekend when I went.
yeah,
It beat the as much as it was a really amazing to be at WrestleMania just in general. Um, NXT, the crowd, the matches, the quality of wrestling, it was so much better. And it kicks off the weekend again. As for you, it kicks off the day. Like you go to Stand and Deliver, and then it kicks off straight
yeah.
into Mania. Then, it's the excitement around the WrestleMania weekend. But
I think we've got to look at it for us British fans as well. So you imagine people do watch parties for WrestleMania in America, and they're massive,
mm,
massive events. Now we had them over here, and there was a company. Obviously, we won't be naming names, but there was a company that used to do them, um, and they were so busy. I'd been to a few of them. I know you said you've been to a few of them before. But over in the UK, obviously, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. It's not
mhm,
4 o'clock in the afternoon like it is over there. So, 1 o'clock in the morning, we're at events where there's hundreds of people, sometimes two, three, 400 people at these events,
yeah,
and we're loving it. They've now put it onto Netflix, so they've got rid of all that. So people sit at home all day waiting for Mania.
yeah,
That bit of wrestling in the afternoon is one of those where it's like, yeah, okay, we got the football over here, and we'll watch the football till 5, 6 o'clock. And then it's like, right, get stand and deliver on. We'll get in a takeaway. That's our dinner for tonight. We'll have a takeaway whilst we're watching stand and deliver.
yeah.
And it hypes you up at home rather than just
It
being
does.
sat there bored and just going sleepy, sleepy. You've got really good wrestling on that's hyping you up for WrestleMania. And then you come out
Yeah,
and you go, oh, WrestleMania kickoff show's on. Get that on, quick, get it on. You get the WrestleMania
yeah,
kickoff show. You got a 2 hour kickoff show. You're building your hype. You're like,
yeah,
I don't know, people don't know how I don't drink, but people at home probably drinking, having
mm,
a bit of a chat. You're catching up with your friends. Like, oh, let's go sit. And then Mania starts.
yeah.
And I think you completely lose that with it
You
being
do.
in two different places because it's going to work on weird times.
It is because Vegas is unless the yeah because Vegas is correct is behind.
America's always behind us, mate.
No, I mean compared to New Orleans, because is it the same
uh,
time though? Because obviously,
I
I'm
can
not
have a
sure.
look.
I'm not sure.
Las Vegas time. It's currently 2:38 in Vegas. It's
What time's it in New
10:38.
Orleans?
And in New Orleans, it is 16:38. So New Orleans are 2 hours ahead.
Yeah, so they're gonna have to put that on pretty early in New Orleans
It's going to
if
have
you
to be
want it.
really early in Vegas
Yeah,
for people to watch it. So if
yeah,
Mania starts at 4 o'clock, you've got a 2 hour NXT stand deliver, 2 hour. So, say for example, Mania might start at 7 o'clock. To be fair,
mm,
so if Mania starts at 7, kickoff shows at five
yeah,
o'clock, and over there, you need at least 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 1 o'clock in the afternoon in Vegas.
yeah,
Stand and deliver starts.
yeah,
Then automatically you're looking at right. So that's 4 o'clock in New Orleans
hmm
that stand and deliver starts, but 9 o'clock that Mania starts.
yeah,
Either way, it's late in the morning over here, and it's disgraceful. But
yeah.
anyway, back to last night's Royal Rumble.
Yes, the back on track.
The women's match was a very under. I don't know what the word is. Very poor.
Yeah,
And then we go to AJ Gunter.
hmm
Unfortunately, AJ lost the match, which means that now officially AJ Styles will retire from WWE. He went to put
yes,
his gloves in the ring, and then for some reason put his gloves back on,
hmm
and then left the ring.
I think
Bit pointless.
I think
But the
that's a
match
sign. To,
itself,
I think that's a sign to basically say it's over in WWE, but AJ Styles isn't finished. Basically,
now
like
I read something that I thought was quite interesting. I don't know if I showed it to you yesterday or someone else,
mhm.
but Ava has officially announced that she's left NXT.
Yeah,
So The Rock's daughter is no longer here.
hmm
What if AJ Styles goes to be general manager of NXT and makes
yeah,
it like TNA used to be.
Yeah, that'd be good. And you'd have some match. We discussed it yesterday. I think I discussed it with some lad yesterday about the like match stipulations you could bring in.
Division games.
Yeah,
Or it'd be like NXT division games or something like that.
yeah,
They got war games and stuff like that going. I
yeah,
feel like you'd have a look at the situation. You'd have NXT run, AJ Styles running the show,
hmm
Abyss as a producer,
yeah,
Bobby Roode as a producer, and Paul Heyman is there as like a man to give him advice.
yeah,
The ultimate TNA ECW mix up.
yeah,
NXT would be in really good hands. Like, don't I feel like Ava's done a really good job.
yeah.
NXT just needs that little boost now to go in a different
It does.
direction. Especially if Shane McMahon's going to AEW. NXT needs that bit because at the moment people rival NXT with AEW like this.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, with the Gunter AJ match, it was a bit poor. I know obviously it's
yeah,
not meant to be in good taste. It was meant to be him retiring AJ and this whole or just retire people thing. But I
yeah,
think the match AJ it pulled off. It was a good match. I'm not going to lie, but
yeah,
I think the way that it ended was just the other thing that I want to know if anyone else out there can actually answer the question. When did they stop lifting the arm 3 times?
yeah.
Because
That's what we mentioned that last night as well.
yeah, so they've stopped lifting the arm 3 times. He literally flips it once and goes, "Yep, yeah, match over." They no longer really count if both wrestlers are down.
Nope.
We timed it the other day. I think it was in the Chelsea Green match. They were outside the ring for 1 minute and 38 seconds. The referee
Yeah,
counted to two. And you sit there like, okay, I don't mind like 15, 16 seconds, just over 1 minute and 38 seconds. Referee
yeah.
counted to two.
There's a
Um,
lot of pointless things because I know like if you're gonna do the put your arm up and 3 times, like you need to do it in the every match basically, like and keep the rules
yeah,
the same. It's like in football, it's inconsistent each and every game
it's,
is the perfect way
wouldn't
of
know my team's not
describing
in a good enough division to be
it. But
VAR
no,
pro.
it was like the Cena match when Cena thought he was knocked out. Obviously, did that twice, and then on the third one, Cena raised the hand
Yeah,
and kept his hand up, and then obviously it then it means that Cena tapped out. But for AJ, it happened once. Um, Styles got beat, pulled off a great match. I think I can't sit here and actually think of a match AJ Styles hasn't been absolutely great in, or should I
yeah.
say, excuse the pun, phenomenal win.
He's
Um,
been really good in the last 12 months. And I keep seeing the thing that says we're all too focused on John Cena's retirement tour
yeah,
to not realise we were watching AJ's retirement tour.
yeah. I was looking. I seen some statistics before about AJ, and under the Vince era, so I think up to like 2023, he had multiple titles and main events and different rivalries. I think since the Triple H era, he's just been tag team champions, and I think that's where they've lost out on.
Yeah.
Even though like he has been, if he picked up some injuries along the way, but he, like the match he had last night, he can still go on and headline WrestleMania. Like, I know obviously I'll get to my opinions on what I think of Reigns winning. I had to rant to myself today about it. But I'm just not happy the way WWE is running
I
is
think
run that company.
personally, um, and some of the lads said it yesterday, I think Unreal has ruined wrestling
But as I said to you before, wasn't it as well, Jack? I
because
really do.
you see so you saying it to me earlier made me realise where I'd seen bits from, but sitting in that creative room with the cameras on and
Mm.
there's Paul Heyman, Bobby Roode, Abyss, um, the Freebird, what's his name?
Oh, I don't know.
I can't think what his name is now. Guy with the longer blonde hair.
Um, I can't remember his name. I'm trying to find it, and I don't know why it's not coming up.
Either way, we'll
Yeah,
find it, but get to the point. But you've got all these people in creative, and then there's other creative writers in there that are given inputs. And the one where they were like, we
yeah,
should have Chelsea Green win the Rumble, but have it in a
yeah.
way where she's entrance number 30, 28 and 29 eliminate themselves.
Hmm.
She comes out to the ring and she just wins. And they were like, oh my God, it's a really, like, something new, something good. Triple H said, nah, won't
Yeah,
work. Mate, if that happened with me watching it in Chelsea Green win the Rumble that way, I'd fucking
yeah,
piss myself because it'd be like so Chelsea Green.
yeah. Michael Hayes.
I was gonna say it's Michael something, isn't it?
Yeah, Michael Hayes.
Michael Hayes, yeah. But all these and Bruce Pritchard and stuff like that, all of these have got fresh new ideas that they're looking on social media, seeing all these, and they're going, let's do something different. And Triple H just goes, nah, we'll have Jey Uso come out. He'll yeet the whole way down the crowd. You know what? Whilst he's yeeting in his entrance, we'll throw Brock Lesnar out the ring. So
Yeah,
no one sees that situation. No one knows.
I
You've seen
was
the crowd
I
turn
was
around and be
thinking
like,
that
where's Brock gone?
that's one thing I noticed last night because obviously if you're sat on the side, Jay's coming out, and obviously you're not going to be watching the in-ring action. You're
I
going to
said it,
be
yeah, but I said it at the
looking
time.
behind you
If
at
you
Jay.
watch, if you rewatch Jay's entrance,
Yeah,
as they throw Brock over, everyone's like this, and then you see literally in unison about 30 people turn that out, and they're all like, "Oh, Brock, what's Brock doing?" And then he walks off, and they're like, "Ah, oh, Brock's out."
see that could have been like eliminating Brock from any Rumble. You're
It's
going to get a
fucking
pop.
massive.
You're going to get a pop,
Yeah.
no matter who does it. Whether you're Rey
Why
Mysterio, the
did Jey
likes of
Uso
like
need to come out the
Obafemi.
crowd? Why did he need to come out the
I
crowd?
don't know
It was
if he
fucking
was going to come out
ridiculous.
the crowd. I mentioned it in previously about because I said the first two sort of who I want to see in the ring is going to be Jey Uso and Obafemi, purely because you get both entrances. So I was glad that
Yeah,
Obafemi came off first because you did get his full entrance.
yeah,
But then if you're going to have a superstar do the full entrance and take their time coming into the ring, then you need to narrow it down, put them first or second, or maybe even third, just as the
yeah.
match is getting underway. And that's why
You could have,
that's where I think Jey Uso should have been.
without going into it too much, because we'll get to it in a minute, but you could have put him in at third, because yesterday third place would have been the perfect place to put him. But
Yeah,
why they put him in at stupid number? I know why they did it. They did it so they could bring him out and then but then they overshadowed Brock's exit with Jay
he
entrance,
overshadowed the
and then
biggest.
they
Yeah.
overshadowed Brock's exit with Jay's entrance, but then
Mm,
overshadowed Jay's entrance by sticking Romans immediately after, and it
yeah.
literally went down soon, straight into Roman's music, and you're like, okay, let's get rid of the Yeet. He's not even in the ring yet, but let's get rid of the Yeet because Roman's coming out, and we know that that's going to cause a face. Although it was quite funny when he got in the ring, but we'll get to that
Yeah.
later. But I think the whole AJ Styles final 12 months should have been done a lot better. And I'm going to put it out there to the public. I don't care who sees it. If Triple H sees it, then please take it on board. Leave.
Mm,
Leave creative. Allow the younger people that are going to have different ideas to do it. Because
yeah.
all you're trying to do is refresh and redo everything Vince has done over the past 20 years that we've all had on repeat that no one gives a shit about anymore. And I said
Yeah.
it yesterday, TKO and Triple H will ruin wrestling, and they wonder why AEW numbers are on the rise. Why people like Champa have let their contract run out and gone to AEW. Ava will
Yeah.
probably drop her contract. She's leaving NXT. WWE didn't want her to wrestle because it was a Rock's daughter. She'll go to AEW and wrestle again
Mm,
because she really wanted to wrestle, but WWE Rock
yeah.
wouldn't let her. Was the rumor that I had was Rock wouldn't let her
Yeah. Yeah.
and didn't want her in the ring, so she'll go to
Well,
AEW now and wrestle because she
it's
ain't got
like
the big.
it's not like WWE are short of money. They've got a
Mm,
multi-billion-pound company, and you've got the prices there. Of like, I sent that video to you when about AJ winning the title in Manchester, £70 ticket, and I was I was literally 3 floors from the front, seeing AJ win a title overseas.
yeah,
Compared to went back in March last year to SmackDown and Raw, £300, and I was up in the skies, and that was for both shows. and I wasn't near the front. I was near the back of the
They're
O2 Arena,
too greedy for it. And like Lee
and
said, they're
and I was
fucking got
and I
money.
was I was talking to one of the lads who came, and I was talking to him about like the ticket prices and stuff. And I was like, and then it made me realize, like, me and you went to an AEW show in December. We paid £30 each. We weren't at the back, but we were at the front. It was like sort of mid, I'd say, in a
Yeah.
massive, the
We had
biggest,
very good view.
yeah, the biggest indoor arena in the UK, in Manchester, the Co-op Live, and the quality of wrestling. We didn't have no like promos, like ad breaks. It was just one match was on, boom, done. Next match, boom, done. Next match.
Yeah.
We'll
I said
throw
this
we will throw a promo in there. Next match, and it was just full, like 5-6 hours of just constant
when I
top
went to
quality
Raw,
wrestling.
when I went to Raw in America, um, it was 4 hours we were in the arena for.
Mm.
You had one match, a main event,
Mm.
and it was Elias versus Rick Boogs or something stupid like that.
Yeah,
Two people that no one really cared about.
yeah,
So you had that one match on main event, and then it was 3 hours of Raw. You still got all the adverts, you still got all the promos in the middle and the cuts and the
mm.
stopping and all this. And I seen something the other day that said the average actual wrestling time on a Raw since October has been 48 minutes.
Mm.
And that's usually because they're stopping and starting so much. Like, even in ad breaks now, like, we get on Netflix, you get the wrestling whilst they're on. But how much of it's actually wrestling, or is it just them lying on the floor or
Yeah,
rolling around? The actual physical in actual moves happen in wrestling, it's like 48 minutes. And the last
yeah,
time it was this low was when they last put Triple H in control of it, back when it was like the authority section. You remember that day that everyone walked out and it was like CM Punk did double duty and Sheamus and
yeah.
John
CM
Cena.
Punk did
Yeah, that was
the
the last time they
announcement.
give. That's when they first give Triple H control. And
Mm.
within a month, he did that to the business.
Yeah,
And slowly now, people are loving him because, oh my God, he brought Naomi back. Oh my God, he got Powerhouse Hobbs. He's got CM Punk back. Yeah, but he's brought Powerhouse Hobbs, who's going to be an absolute fucking flop. The way they brought him into the Rumble and they
yeah.
just had him squashed straight away.
That's what I'm really worried about, Obafemi.
Yeah, but
And
Obafemi had a good run in the Rumble, though.
he did, and he had a really good run at NXT. And don't get me wrong,
Yeah,
it's been clear I'm a massive Obafemi fan. I love his persona, aura around him. Like, he's great. But I just don't want him to be a flop. And the only way he will be a flop is if creative ruin him, and that's just what I'm worried about.
yeah. I
I,
think there's
I
a
am
lot
I
of
am
issues
worried
with
about it.
creative at the moment. Like we said, that AJ Gunter match yesterday, there were so many ways that could have
Yeah,
gone so much better. Obviously, like we said,
it
ultimately it
does.
comes to the decision that AJ has now got to retire. Well,
Mm.
I said to someone said it yesterday. He said that his time in WWE after Saturday, if he loses, my time in WWE is over.
Yeah.
If he doesn't go TNA, I'll be very surprised. If he goes AEW, I'll be very surprised.
Mm.
Um, but that could have been dealt with better. And then you get the whole situation of the Sammy and the Drew match.
Yes.
Sammy coming out on SmackDown and saying, I've never been defeated in Saudi and I'm currently 12-0 against Drew McIntyre. You've lost.
Yeah.
You've lost before it's even got to the day because those are big signs that in the past the wrestlers come out and said it and then they lose. I've never lost in my hometown. You lost now.
Yeah.
And I'm calling it now because he said it on the pre show yesterday. Elimination Chamber. CM Punk will be in some sort of match, whether it's for a title or not. He will lose.
Hmm.
Because he said yesterday, it's like me when I'm in Chicago. I'm unbeatable. No one makes me lose in Chicago. You've just put it on your back. Triple H will go, really? Loss.
Yeah.
Saudi was good for Sammy, and they could have had a really good thing going there.
They would have.
And had him win, and they could have had a really good storyline build up to
Hmm.
Mania with the title. Because Roman could
Yeah.
have been like, "Oh, I want to face Drew." Well, Drew's not champion, so it's Sammy. To technically, do you get to pick again,
Mm.
etc., and play this kind of storyline? But
Yeah,
That match was awful, but you killed the crowd with the women's match because, let's be honest,
you did.
women are never going to be fucking cheered. Nikki Bella's entrance, Lola Vice's entrance, Liv Morgan's entrance, and there was someone else that come out. They tend to be like sexy dance entrances, and they twirl and shake things. They can't do that because you're in Saudi where they do that, they'll have their heads chopped off. Rey Mysterio having to have Royal Rumble written on him because he couldn't have the cross on his trousers that he's had for
Yeah.
years because of religious reasons over in Saudi. It is the worst place to have put a PLE that
Not just.
like
I don't
Rumble.
think it's like. Yeah, I don't think it's like the worst way. I just think if you're gonna have an event overseas, then you need to have it based like maybe Europe, where the
Mm.
crowd goes insane,
I am dreading WrestleMania next year.
or even Australia. Put it in somewhere where like you're gonna get a
Yeah,
massive pop. Like it's not even like you get a massive pop for someone who doesn't even deserve a massive pop, purely because it's overseas and the excitement's all there. Saudi's
I
had
seen.
these multiple pay-per-view events now, and
Yeah,
they're getting Mania, and that it shows that if Mania's got anything to go on from what the Rumble was, it's going to
it's
be
gonna be shit.
a poor. It's going to be poor.
Um, the one conversation we had yesterday, obviously Trick Williams comes into the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
And everyone's like, oh my god, that was a really big pop for Trick Williams, and everyone was singing his song all the whole way down.
yeah,
I watched a video earlier that a bloke had put up of all the entrances.
hmm
Whoop That Trick was not loud.
yeah,
You had the pop of like, yeah, it's Trick Williams, whoop that trick for about 10 seconds, and then everyone was like, just
yeah,
staring around. Because they're like, well, who's next? They did not care about the
yeah.
wrestling.
No,
We want Chris Jericho. That's the blokes recording the videos, the entrances, all of them coming in. Every time it's like 3, 2, 1. He's like, break down the walls. Oh, break down the walls. Oh, every literally from
yeah,
1 to 30, he's
yeah,
like that. And in the women's one, he was like, "We want Paige. We want Paige. It's my house." Every time it hit zero, and it weren't. Then you started going. That's all they cared about. They heard that
yeah,
Chris Jericho's come back. They heard Paige come back. They
yeah,
just wanted that to be like we were there.
mm,
You could bring that to UK and whoop that trick. They showed it the other week when they come over for their Road to Riyadh tour. Whoop that trick! Come on, his first appearance on SmackDown. That was wow loud. I think that was in Dusseldorf as well. That was a
yeah.
loud entrance,
It
just
was.
randomly because he'd appeared on SmackDown.
It was.
Randy Orton come out and he's walking down, and you can hear them singing his song. But then it's like I hear voices in my head. They counsel me. No one knew the lyrics.
Mm,
They knew that first bit because it's the most iconic bit of the
yeah,
song. You bring that to London, they turn the music off and they're still singing every word of the song.
yeah, yeah.
Same with CM Punk, same with Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, in the video, you hear the wall bit and they're like, whoa. Like,
See,
they didn't care.
that's when you know from it's a failure because
Yeah.
that whoa, no matter what city you're in, you're gonna get a massive whoa, no matter where you are for Cody when Cody music
Yeah, it was
hits.
like LA Knight's
Apart
music
from
hit.
Saudi, like,
LA Knight's music hit in the Rumble.
yeah,
LA Knight come back. John, who we were watching with,
mm,
was like, yeah, because he's a massive LA Knight fan. And I was like, oh, LA Knight's going to win it. And I generally thought Alan Knight would come back at like 28, 29 and would win it.
yeah,
They bring him out at 21 or something stupid like 18, something
mm,
like that. And the crowd there were like, yeah. And then you just see them all watch him walk to the ring. And even he walks out and he's like, oh, okay. And then just carries on walking.
yeah,
Roman Reigns' thing. Um, the video that I was watching, the cameraman Stu's like this, like saying, put your fingers in the sky. And he's going,
mm,
nah. And he's just walking to the ring because he's like,
mm,
they don't deserve it.
yeah.
Like they're not given, they've not popped, they've
I
not gone
think
crazy.
I
It was
think
shit.
the WWE, the superstars themselves will notice as well. Like obviously Roman Reigns,
Yeah,
perfect example. Then like they'll notice that like for superstars coming out like for big events like that, WWE superstars live for the
yeah.
fans and the big pop. And
The reactions.
to be fair, I didn't expect it to be that poor. To be fair, because when we watched SmackDown together and it was loud, we were like, "Oh, Saudi
Yeah.
fans. Like it's great. It's like it's a loud pop. I think I was at the start of the show.
When Cody
So,
come out.
yeah, so I wasn't expecting that to, because obviously that's the SmackDown before it as well. So we're like, oh,
Yeah.
like it's gonna be massive. The crowd's gonna be loud, and even in like the little like conference, like the press conference, like before it, you know, like when Jay was on stage, and
Yeah.
they have like us on the stage, to attract some like the fans, whether it was in the WWE world or whatever it is. Even the fans there were wild, and I think it was the lad who sat next to you, I forgot his name yesterday.
Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan. He pointed it out, just like a U shape in the crowd, going from the front and then up. There was just one section in the middle on the camera, which was just
Yeah,
going mad and mental, and it was just the front row because obviously that's where all the
we called them the
rich.
No Way Jose group
Yeah,
because we said if No Way Jose come out, and you'd have like,
yeah,
no way, Jose, no, and they'd all come marched on the ring.
mm,
That part of the crowd would have just been missing.
yeah,
But the whole stage, looking at the design of the stage, was poor because it made the arena empty. And I've seen multiple videos on social media today of people going like, "It's packed. It was sold out, absolutely
mm.
rammed."
It doesn't.
And
It
the way the
didn't
lighting
look
was
it.
was shit.
Yeah,
Mania is going to be awful next year, and I can't wait because it means I can officially then say I didn't go to the worst WrestleMania in history.
yeah,
The other thing as well, just before we get on to Roman, we talk about the Drew match. That killed the crowd even more.
it did.
It was
I
a good
feel.
match, good way of
Yeah,
ending it, but I think it just killed the match.
I
But
feel like you could have put Sammy more over if he is going to go on this underdog run, especially.
no,
I know
I,
he's
I don't think I'd have put Sammy there in the first place.
no.
Sammy proved yesterday. Sammy had
Mm,
a good match against Roman Reigns when he turned on Roman, the
yeah.
Bloodline, and there was a lot of hype on Sammy.
Mhm.
But I sat there thinking about it earlier. What did he do before that match that you sit there and you go, "Oh my god, remember this"?
Yeah.
Nothing in my mind from NXT. Maybe one or
Hmm.
two matches against Cesaro in NXT. I
Yeah.
remember that. Then you build up to that. He was going through the whole. There's a conspiracy. There's a conspiracy. Again, our truth storyline. 10 years later, rejuvenated into Sami Zayn trying to become a
Mm.
social influencer. He wasn't doing a lot. Wasn't
Yeah.
very memorable stuff. Had one good match against Roman. Then went on to beat Jimmy and Jay at WrestleMania in the tag matches. They're
Yeah.
the only two matches I sit there and go, yeah, he probably deserves something good from them. He's not done a lot else that I'm sort of going, oh my god, do you remember when Sami Zayn did this? But I could sit here and go, do you remember when Logan Paul did that thing with Ricochet in the ring? Do you remember when Logan Paul did that flip outside the ring onto Roman
Yeah.
Reigns? I could give you more moments in the past 2, 3 years that Logan Paul has done than I can in the 10 years that Sami Zayn's been on the main roster.
I
He
do
does
think
not
that's.
deserve to be in that title picture. He cannot be in that title picture anymore because he's
Mm.
not ready for it. He never will be ready for it.
I think WWE's failed them because I do like Sammy, um, in ring as well.
I like him, but he's just
But
not. He's not got
the
the,
way,
the WWE aura to sell.
yeah, the way the match portrayed him yesterday, like he got a massive push or pop, like winning the Saturday Night main event, like he beat three really like decent stars who can't do
Yeah,
like Trick Williams, obviously came brand new, Damian Priest, and obviously the Viper brand new and the biggest superstar probably WWE today. Um, and he's overcome them, he's won them. Yeah, like at least put up a fight against you. Like towards the end, it was like Claymore. Oh, kick out. Okay, go for another clothesline on the rope. Oh, haluva kick. Oh, Claymore finished.
yeah.
Like put up a bit of more of a fight. Like get more haluva kicks in there. Don't just go Claymore. Oh,
But
I'm gonna wake up now with a haluva kick.
I don't
Like,
think Sammy's got much more of a move set than John Cena did. And we
no.
all know John Cena gets abused online because he's
Well,
only got the five moves of Cena.
he stopped doing the move where he was outside the ring and he jumped through the turnbuckle, like from outside. From if you know what it is, so you know
So
like
when
where
the
the
ropes are like this, he needs to go through them
yeah,
outside
and
to
then
outside, didn't
DDT,
he?
yeah,
Yeah.
and DDT, and he also didn't used to blue from the powerbomb as much
But do you
as
know
well.
why he stopped doing that DDT?
No,
Because they shortened the ring ropes by, I think it was something like 3 inches. So he
I
couldn't fit through them.
I didn't have to know that. That was see,
Yeah,
like
they
that's like
shortened
that's the
their
move.
ring They shortened their
Yeah.
ring to make the wrestlers look bigger.
Mm.
When they got all, they got all they changed all the ring posts and then they started putting the
Yeah, yeah.
fans in them. When they did that, they had to shorten the ring by 3 inches between each
Mm.
buckle to be able to get the consistency from the air. So it
Yeah.
meant that he wasn't actually thin enough to get through the ropes to do it.
Yeah. But even like you could get away with that as well, like do it from the steel steps. Like
Just over,
jump on
yeah.
the steel steps and get from the top steel step, like do a run up from the corner, jump on steel steps, jump and do DDT
Or
and just
even just
replace them.
run and jump over the steel steps into a
Yeah,
DDT.
I think he has got a poor moveset. Think about it now. Um, I think when he introduced the blue thunder powerbomb, I think to call it, he didn't used to do that all the time. But now it seems to be he does it
I think
and
that's just
it's
the running
kick out.
story, though, that I think it's, what is it? He's been in the main roster for 10 years. And I
Mm,
think I've seen some stat the other day about it. He's only won 3 matches with the powerbomb, Blue Thunder powerbomb.
yeah,
And I think that got to a point where it started getting to a joke where he'd do the Blue Thunder powerbomb, he'd go for the pin, and they'd kick out at two, and he'd be like, oh, because he was trying to get the win with it.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but he hasn't got a mad move skill set. Like,
No,
another one that hasn't got a mad skill set is Kevin Owens. But Kevin Owens, when he goes on the microphone, will sell his life. He
yeah,
sells the story good. Sami Zayn gets on the microphone, and I just want to mute him because I'm like,
mm,
you're not that interesting. You're bored. Like, don't get me wrong, when he goes to Saudi, it's interesting because he speaks to them in their language, like in
yeah,
Arabic. And when they're in Canada or France, he speaks in French, and he's good for that. But his his promos are the same. That he starts out talking, and then he gets really, and it's the same.
yeah,
He can't have a normal conversation where like Drew McIntyre could be like, "I'm coming for you," blah blah. He doesn't have to shout. Sammy has to get angry. He goes bright red in the face, and he screams and shouts on the microphone. And he's sat there going, "You're not scary. You're not intimidating. You're not coming across how you're trying to come across.
yeah,
You're coming across as desperate. You're coming across as pushing to try and save your job." And I
mm,
think the intercontinental scene, US Open Challenge scene, that's kind of where I think, unfortunately, that's where I think he's best. Or tag
yeah,
team scene where he's got someone that he could, a character with him. I dread the day that WWE finally put a world title on him because unless they do the whole thing where they do it
yeah,
like Money in the Bank and he literally gets cashed in on that night, I think it's going to be. All he's done is took the conspiracy theory story that R-Truth had, rejuvenated that, and tried that again. Then he had a
yeah,
big rivalry with Johnny Knoxville, and now all he's trying to do is copy Cody's story. Oh, I need to
mhm,
finish the story and I need to become world champion. I'm the underdog, blah. No, you just want to be like Cody and get the pop code. You're never going to have that.
yeah,
Look how long it's took Drew to get the titles back in front of a crowd. But
yeah,
then look at the situation of, look at what he was like when he was younger. He come back into the business, wasn't given everything. He had to
mm,
work hard. He had to prove a point.
yeah,
During COVID, he showed Vince McMahon, I'm here to work for you and I'm here to make it better. And what happened
mm,
in the past was in the past. Lost the titles and has had to lose in his hometown a few times, his home country stuff to do it. So, um,
yeah,
Sammy is someone that needs a lot of work if they're going to give him a world title. I don't think he's quite
yeah,
ready there. And even if you look at some of the other people that I'd rather have Finn Balor as a world champion.
yeah.
I think he needs that solo
Yeah,
run.
I agree. I think, I've got thoughts on Finn Balor not being in the Rumble whatsoever after how it went on, how it finished with
Yeah,
the Raw and having a standing ovation from when it was over in Ireland.
yeah,
Um, I was really hoping for him. Why Gunther got an opportunity to be in the Rumble as well
not a clue.
after being in the match before it?
Yeah, but we
Don't
spoke
know.
about this because obviously you noticed it on Thursday when we had recorded that other video that they
Mm,
stated. I think Adam Pearce might, or Nick Aldis might have said that
yeah.
Gunter's not in the Royal Rumble.
Hmm.
And obviously, you come on the podcast and was like, "Well, if he's not in the Royal Rumble, then he's only facing that match." So a lot of people then picked up on it. It was like, "Does that mean AJ's winning?" kind of thing. But
Yeah.
um, let's talk about the big point of the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Not Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble. That's not the big point. I mean, the big point. I mean is who was the man that was told to dress exactly like Austin Theory and
Yes.
attack Bron Breakker
Hmm.
before he managed to enter the ring? Now, I sent you a photo earlier that
You
someone
did.
on social media has been. What's it say? I've been deeply investigating the look.
Yeah.
Um, I agree with it. I think it's Logan Paul.
I do. I
And
do think it is, but I don't understand why.
because Logan Paul thinks he's a big guy. He's a
Mm.
big, powerful person.
Yeah.
And I've seen that something that said if you ever watch scenes when Logan Paul gets put in a match, usually it's Bron Breakker putting him in the match.
Mm.
So did he eliminate Bron Breakker to make him look like the weak link of the vision, which would then allow Logan Paul to be like, well, you lost. I lasted till the very end. I was the final four or whatever, and have that kind of bragging right of it.
Mm.
Um, and then someone else said maybe Logan Paul brought Austin Theory into the vision, which
Yeah.
now thinking about it, Logan Paul kept saying, "Oh, don't worry, I've got it sorted." When it come to the Masked Man, it started with
Mm.
him. Every time he was out there, he didn't really say anything, and he told Paul Heyman not to worry about it.
Yeah.
So, did Seth Rollins hire Logan into the Vision
Mm.
to be his inside man when he got injured, knowing he was going to get injured, or knew he had to go away for some
Yeah.
time? He's brought Austin Theory in, and them two between them have gone, we've got to take down Bron and Bron and stop this momentum that's happening.
Yeah.
Um,
Now you've said that, I can possibly see that way. I can. But if we are going down the route of Braun Breaker and Logan Paul, I don't see any benefit from that
I
whatsoever.
don't think it'd be Bron Breakker, Logan Paul.
Yeah.
It would be it will set up Bron Breakker, Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I think, yeah, because when it originally happened, now I've actually heard that opinion from myself. I'm like, actually, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Actually, I understand why it's probably Logan Paul. But when I was thinking about it, I was like, it's it doesn't make sense why it would be Logan, because there's been no anything heated about it. It's like Division are dominating Raw, and obviously you've got the storyline with Adam Pearce.
But it's a way
Um,
to turn Logan Paul, who's probably currently the most heel hated person in WWE. It is the best way to turn him face. You
it
have
is.
him announced as turning on the Vision,
Mm,
joining Seth Rollins, who returns as a face, and Austin Theory, who joins him as a face, and they face Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed, and Brock Lesnar.
yeah, at WrestleMania.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it's not a title match; it's just winner gets Paul Heyman again.
How would you feel about Logan being face?
I said it to you the other day. I think he's very talented in the ring.
Yeah.
Um, People that still want to call him outsiders and say he doesn't deserve to be there. I beg you, get in the ring and do what he does for an hour,
Yeah.
because majority of them are fat, obese men in their 40s or 50s that have never climbed steps in their life. Get in the ring and do have a match with Logan Paul. If you beat him, you have the
Yeah.
right to say you don't deserve to be here. The guy puts a tremendous amount of work in it, and
I agree.
he's now gone full time. And that was one thing, that issue they had with him was that he was never full time. He's
Yeah.
showing up more than Roman did during his bloody freaking world title reign, and it's good to
Yeah.
see. And he is good on the microphone. He can fucking chat shit for a living.
Mm.
He's got the social media side, so he can be funny online. But ultimately, he's a good wrestler.
Hmm.
I wouldn't be so fussed with him being face. I could probably get behind him more. I probably would get behind him. If he's, again, coming down to creative, if
Yeah.
he's used in the right way.
Yeah. I just think he's too much of a good heel to turn face.
Yeah, but so's Dom.
That,
But you've got to
mm,
turn Dom here face at some point, because
yeah.
either Ray's final match is
Mm,
Dom defeats him, shakes his hand, hugs him, and turns face, or Ray's final match is he's tag teamed with Dom.
yeah.
I don't see Ray going out losing to a heel Dom.
Yeah.
But then look at back in the day, Eddie Guerrero was a great heel,
Mm.
was also a great face.
Yeah.
The Miz is a great heel, also a really good face.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns is a fucking great heel, but epic as a face as well.
Yeah.
You had the Usos coming into tag teams. They were great as a heel. They're great face. There's a lot of people that can do both.
Mm.
Logan Paul is a very, very, very good heel. I also think if you give him the chance and people give him the chance to do what he needs to do, he'll be a very, very good face.
Yeah.
And he will be ultimately within the next 5, 10 years, he will be one of the faces of the company. He will be a WWE champion, and it will be the point of people will forget about his YouTube days and focus on Logan Paul the wrestler rather
Yeah.
than Logan Paul the idiot that did shit in Japan or was on social media with his brother.
Mm.
I think his brother gives him a bad rep.
Yeah.
Jake Paul putting all the shit out online he does gives Logan that bad rep with the WWE fans. They're like, oh, you like your brother. Um, but I think he's got the ability there to do good heel, good face. And
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see it, and I could get behind it.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts if we had a um,
Uh,
face Logan?
I think I agree with what you said about the creative. I think you've got to see how the creative pay go around it.
Yeah,
Personally, I can't see Logan being face, but I think that's because we've not seen him be face before. I
yeah,
do.
exactly.
I like. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a fan of Logan Paul, the social media YouTuber superstar, but I am a fan of WWE superstar Logan Paul.
Yeah,
And the job he's doing at the moment is heel. It's great. He's doing a great job. And I just don't want that to fail. But I think the more I'm saying it because the creative, because I know how many times WWE can fail at creative, and
yeah,
especially in this era we are at the moment, I think it'll be a very big mistake to slip that up with Logan Paul. Um, I don't personally. I never thought I'd actually be saying this about Logan Paul because when he first came in, I was like, can't stand him. Don't want him to
yeah,
be in WWE superstar. You're doing a part time, but hats off. I'll give him a due. He's starting to show up every week. He's pulling off great matches. He has pulled off great matches in the past, and he's obviously been training for a short amount of time, and he can hold his own in the ring, especially the Royal Rumble, like what we've seen. Um, but I just am that I am that I've got that bit of a worry about me whether we can see him face, and also whether the fans will allow him to go to be that face purely because of his history outside of WWE.
yeah. It's gonna be a tough one for him. I think he knows what battles
Yeah,
he's got to pick. Let's get on to the final point then. Come straight for your opinions on the 2026 Men's Royal Rumble winner, Roman Reigns. What are your thoughts on that?
someone else deserves the spot. But
I seen
someone
someone
else
say this
deserves the
earlier.
spot.
How can Triple H saying it's a new era? It's a new
Yeah,
era. Every event he says it's a new era. Like
don't get me
this
wrong.
is this is what fans want.
If it's a new era, perfect fine. Roman Reigns can be the face that era. I'll happily
No,
go and watch.
because this is the problem. Roman Reigns has been the face of the era for the past 10 years.
To be fair, I would like if Roman Reigns was the face the era, I'd go and see it. I'd go and watch it. I'd pay good money to go and see it. But I want him to see him. I want to see him on every show every week. I
Yeah,
want to see him traveling 300 plus days a year, not just to Raw and SmackDown, being like the CM Punk Cody Rhodes, who've got families just as well as everyone else, and they're still doing house shows and having fun, interacting with the fans and stuff. Like
yeah.
I know
Problem is though, he's in Hollywood now, and he ain't gonna be
he
like that.
is, like he's in Hollywood, but then is he the right person to make face? Like he is that person to basically pull in at desperate times to say we need a big superstar to come back. Let's bring Roman Reigns
Yeah,
back. But it's at the point
he's
now
he's a
where
box office superstar. That's the problem.
he
Of
is. But
he
then
sells WrestleMania tickets, he sells Royal Rumble tickets, but you could have had him in that big WrestleMania match
yeah,
without him winning the Rumble.
yeah, like you could have set it up even if it was like a match against Overfemi, something that Matt the fans have never seen.
Yeah,
He comes in, as a like a brawl and overtime, he eliminates him, and then he comes back in and eliminates overtime.
I do
Both
think we have seen
superstars
the
look
start of
strong.
Ober and Brock, though. Ober and Brock lined up.
Yeah, no, I'm very looking forward
Um,
to that.
but
But yeah,
Roman winning's
him winning,
kind
I
of, to
think,
me,
think it's the wrong decision.
yeah. But look at the situation of last year, January the 6th, 2025, we entered the Paul Levesque era, a new era in WWE, because it was officially Vince had gone, it was official TKO, we come on to Netflix. It was officially a new era. He said again after WrestleMania, we're going into a new era now. Okay. We did 3 months ago. We're going to an era now. Just after SummerSlam, we're going into a new era now. Okay, so that's 3 times last year we've changed era. And again last night, he said, we're going into a new era now. You expect lots of surprises. That's where they're failing because they're trying to get into this new era vibe.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
I think we
But
just need to ignore what Triple H says, because every time Triple
yeah,
H says it's going to be an epic, massive night, loads of surprises,
it's
and
shit.
me and you were always like, oh, it could be this, this, this. Oh, who could return? Oh, he could
Yeah.
win the title. He could win. And it's right. Like,
But Roman Reigns winning the Rumble when for the past 10 years, 5 to 10 years, he has been the face of WWE.
yeah,
Why do we need a new era with Roman Reigns as the face again?
yeah,
Last year we had the John Cena run, which we've had the first time it's ever been done. Someone announced this will be my retirement date. These are the matches I want. But again, he didn't make it all about him. He made it about new up and coming superstar. Some of the old rivalries had, not doing
yeah,
wrong, the CM Punk, Randy Orton, AJ Styles, stuff like that. But they were good matches, and he still
yeah,
had matches with, obviously, the match with Gunter, match with Dom. There was a match with someone else quite young that he had, and he tried to help project them. Cody Rhodes building that storyline up and stuff. So it kind of knocked Roman off his pedestal. But then they've gone 2026, the year to make it a new era. We're making it young. We're making it this new style of wrestling. Oh, who do we want to run it? Not Javon Evans, not Austin Theory, not Bron Breakker. No, let's bring back 45-year-old Roman Reigns. You know, the guy that's run the business for the last 10 years.
yeah,
He's had a little cry at home and rang Rock going, Rock, they've told me I'm not #1 anymore. Rock's made a phone call going, Hunter, get Roman back in #1 spot because I'm not having it. And that's the bullshit that The Rock brings, and the bullshit that Triple H brings is fucking you go crying to him because he's family. He's got to be top of the business. And I don't agree with it. I said it the other day. Controversial as it is, I think WWE was better run under Vince McMahon,
yeah,
and maybe not for the talent. Maybe the talent are treated better now. They're paid better. They're not being sexually harassed and
and they've got
abused
a
at work. They got good contract stuff, but every 30 days a title was defended. You had to appear within 30 days and be at most shows. Champions didn't have days off unless it was like an injury that they can wrestle for a week or so.
yeah,
But then they still joined via satellite or they joined via a promo and did some. The creative was a lot better. People actually were interested in the storylines. We're going to have WrestleMania this year, and you know there's going to be 2 or 3 titles defended either on the Raw or SmackDown before the main event, before WrestleMania.
yeah,
Where it's 2 nights now. Under Vince, we had one night and every bout was defended.
yeah.
You
And
still
even
had,
you even had time for
yeah,
singles
you still
matches.
had 3 or 4 other matches involved
Yeah,
that were like just stories.
yeah,
So the way that WWE is run now under TKO, I'd rather have Vince back and have him running it and have all these new ideas coming because at least he listened to people.
yeah,
Obviously, the way the wrestlers and staff are treated now is a lot better. That's the only difference. But to
yeah,
me as a fan, and it might be controversial, but to me as a fan, I think WWE was in better hands than Vince McMahon because he knew what the fuck he was doing.
yeah,
The people in charge now, all they care about is money, and at the moment, they're getting money because people are trying to pay. Because Triple H goes out every week. It's a new era with new surprises. People pay them. Oh, let's go watch it. Or
Yeah.
Saudi just come in and go, how much did you make last year? 5 billion. Well, there's £10 billion, and we'll have next year's WrestleMania. We're going to make it fucking awful.
Mm.
And WWE have gone, yeah, sound, you paid all our bills. Nope, sound, we'll do that. And we'll make everything shit in between.
Yeah.
Where Vince was like, no, I don't care if you've got £10 million, £10 billion, £10 trillion. If London gets a WrestleMania and Saudi have a WrestleMania, London's going to bring a lot more money in. One, because women will be able to travel to our country and be able to fucking be free.
Yeah.
And two, the fans actually care. It's not like green t-shirt guy. It's all the shit he's got online because he weren't sat
Mm.
in his normal seat.
Yeah.
All because they put the rich fucking Sikhs and stuff there, or Muslims, whatever they are. The rich people, the princes and stuff like that, all at the front. And loads of people said it online. There wasn't a single woman in sight at the front row.
No, there wasn't. And yeah, no,
It's
I've got
graceful.
to agree there.
How is that getting a WrestleMania over
Mm.
somewhere like London? London, Australia, France. France is loud. Belgium, Canada. Canada's
Yeah.
never had a WrestleMania, and
Mhm.
their crowd are good.
Yeah.
Imagine 2020 Royal Rumble was, I want to say Toronto or Vancouver,
Yeah.
maybe. Edge returned. The pop was mental. When Clash of Castle come to Wales,
Yeah.
okay, yes, Drew's from Scotland, but still kind of his hometown, home country. Clash of Castle in Wales, they did it right. They put Drew's old music on, which fans were crying out for,
Mhm.
and then brought him out to his new song. Had him lose. But they got the massive fuck off pop from that.
Yeah.
You look
Yeah.
at AJ Styles in France, in Paris. The
Mhm.
camera's going like this because
Yeah, that was
they're all
great.
just cheering. Um, Look at the crowd in Belgium when John Cena called that kid, told him he was useless.
Yeah.
That crowd was loud again.
Mhm.
Australia, Elimination Chamber last year. Rhea's music hit one of the loudest pops I think I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Like, and then you get Saudi, you get LA Knight return, you get Powerhouse Hobbs who's new, you get Roman Reigns coming out, and it's like, woo, yay.
Yeah. No, I've got
Oh,
to agree.
look, let's watch the Power Ranger Royal Rumble because none of them can have skin on show.
Yeah.
Like, it makes it pointless then because you've got women there who wear basically pants, bra and pants as their uniform to help with the flexibility of being a high flyer, being able to do certain moves. The
Mm.
second you turn around to them and go, "Hey, look, you now need to wear like a rubber elastic material, like spandex type material, not spandex, um,
No, I get what you mean. Yeah.
latex
Yeah. Yeah.
material. You need to wear basically latex suit all in one, or something that covers everything.
Also
And
in extortionate heat.
yeah, you're going to go out in about a 45-degree heat. And you know them like hurricanranas and somersaults. You're not going to be able to do them because it's going to be really tight. That you might split it and then be beheaded by the king. The king. Is that okay with you? We're not paying you any more money to do it. We just thought we'd tell you that's the rule, and
Yeah.
they're expecting people to be fine with it.
Hmm.
You would never have had that in Vince's day because Vince would have gone, "My wrestlers wrestle how I want them to wrestle, or you don't fucking have it."
Yeah.
And this is what surprises me because I get they have their rules and they have whatever reasons they have for them. But surely there has to be a point where it's like there's a restriction on that rule.
Yeah.
Like I know talking to Hol, she said that it's like if you're on a holiday complex site there, women don't have to be fully covered
Yeah.
because you're in a holiday thing. But the second you leave the hotel or the complex, you have to be. Um, Why are these not rules for women wrestlers? When you're out in public, you're fully covered.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you're doing your job that we're paying for you to come and do in the middle of that ring, you wear what you're comfortable wearing.
Yeah.
And people wonder why football's not women's football's not massive over there. Sports like tennis,
Mm.
aren't popular over there. Boxing, UFC stuff doesn't go over there.
Yeah.
Slowly it is with the men's, but the women's side of
Mm.
it don't go over there because who the hell wants to do a boxing ring having to dress head to toe in clothing? It
Yes,
don't
very true.
work. And like I said, you get the Power Rangers Royal Rumble, and even Jordan Grace
That's
has
one
put
way
a
to describe
story
it.
up. Jordan Grace has put a
I've,
story
I've
up
seen that. Actually.
with them morphing it into Power Rangers.
I've seen that.
So it's like people are coming at me going, "You can't say that because it's religious purposes." Okay, but tell Jordan Grace, who's got a fight in it, who's an absolute shit brick house, that you made her look really fucking weak yesterday because she couldn't show off the one thing that she's good at, which is being fucking hench.
Yeah.
Because you made her dress like a fucking Power Ranger.
And that's using Jordan Grace's words as well.
Yeah, she is
Yeah.
a brick shit house.
No,
And Chelsea Green was in the video. There's Chelsea Green, Maxine
it was,
Dupree,
yeah.
um, Ivy Nile, Jordan Grace, Tiffy Stratton, JC Jane. Is it Tiffy Stratton? Or was it JC Jane and
I think it's Steve Stray, and then I don't think it's Steve
Kiana
Stray.
James or something
Yeah.
like that? The six of them, seven of them that are in it, and all of them are different Power Rangers.
Yeah.
It don't make sense.
No.
Um,
I think a lot of creative decisions last year weren't shown as much as what this year. I was
yeah.
thinking this today. I haven't put this to yourself, so I'll get your thoughts on it. But I think that was because last year a lot of it was overshadowed with John Cena, and a lot of it was built
Mm.
around John Cena, and that's why I think last year, because obviously I was watching like every show last year purely because John Cena was on it, and I wasn't really paying much attention to anything else apart from John Cena moment, big segment. And I think looking back right now, it's like if it was AJ's retirement run, AJ should have been on it more. Maybe give him the title, put him the title against Cena, have it that way. And I just think there's a few mistakes made, and I
They
think
did
it
put them for a
was
title against Cena, didn't they?
no, I
Was it
mean,
them?
but like take
Yeah,
sorry, or sorry, put
yeah.
a title on AJ. Um, and I don't know, I just think there was some mistakes like with Jey Uso and Gunther, how that storyline went to Jey Uso basically dropping the title and then being like going basically going back to Roman Reigns' right hand man sort of thing, and then to going back to a tag team.
What didn't
I
make
think,
sense with the Jay and Gunter storyline either was how Gunter was put into a chokehold for about 30 seconds and tapped out.
yeah,
Yet since then, he's been put in the exact same move about 10 times and
mm,
lasts 2, 3 minutes in the move.
yeah,
You sit there going, why did he tap so quick to Jay? And they tried to sell
yeah.
Jay as this big guy. And
I think the way Jay should have won that match was thousand if thousand not that close, because you must have had a plan that back then that Gunther's going to be the one to retire Cena, or Gunther's going to be the one to retire Goldberg, which is earlier in the year.
yeah,
And if it's going to be by submission, don't let Gunther be tapped out by someone who's not the same size or a much sort of smaller physical
he
physique
should have hit
compared
him
to
with a
Gunther.
couple of super kicks, an Uso
Yeah,
splash, maybe 2 spears. Done.
yeah, like do it that way. Make them like even if it's like yeah, sort of pinfall. Obviously, you do it that way. Don't make a person who's big and super on submissions,
You
who's
also
gonna
then
make
can't,
Goldberg, who's gonna make John Cena tap out, who's gonna make AJ Styles pass
yeah,
out down the line.
you
Get
also
get
then can't
yeah
have he tapped like a little bitch
yeah
when the whole storyline coming out of Mania when he appeared on that Raw was Pat McAfee saying, "You tapped like a bitch," and
mm,
you attacked him for it in that storyline of having a match with Pat
yeah
McAfee. But you can't have literally just gone, "Oh, that storyline worked for you two. Let's do that with Goldberg and Cena and AJ." And
mm,
people will just forget you tapped out because if someone said it the other day, um, or someone had a sign at, I think it was SmackDown, that said, "Let's not forget Gunter tap like a bitch first," and it's a photo of him tapping against Jey Uso.
yeah
I thought people will haunt you with that moment because you're trying to bring
yeah.
this up.
Like I feel like there's a lot of creative mistakes made last year, but I think they've been overshadowed sort of because last year the majority of fans, including myself, was more focused on
Ugh, sorry.
what Cena was doing
Yeah,
last year.
I think the creative
Um,
mistakes last year weren't as big though. Like
yeah, I feel
I
like this year
don't. I
with
don't
Cena
remember. I
going
don't.
out, this is like with Cena basically leaving WWE, retiring. This is the time to set up a brand new face to the company. Because whenever Cena's in or out of the company, Cena was always face WWE. You think
Yeah.
WWE, you think John Cena, and now as you mentioned before, this is like you mentioned about Roman Reigns being a face of the company for the past 5, 10 years. Make it someone big, someone else. Have them try and
This is where
fill
you have Bron Breakker.
Cena's shoes. Yeah, or even Gunther as well. Gunther was the last match to defeat him. He's done
I,
that
th- I,
with
th-
AJ.
I
I
think
just
Bron Breakker is one of those where
yeah,
Gunter in the Nightmare Possibles at that age where you're like, you could do 5 years and then he might retire. He might do
yeah,
10 years, 15, 20 years.
mm,
Bron Breakker, is going to be, he could be the head of WWE for the next 20, 25 years
yeah. And
because
he's a
he's
great
still that
superstar.
young.
He can,
You've got
yeah,
Bron Breakker, you've got Javon Evans could come up into that space.
mm,
Plenty of young people. Austin Theory still in his 20s.
yeah,
Obafemi's 27, which I've really got to find out that Obafemi was younger than me. Really, really shocked me.
yeah,
But you've got all these young people that you look at John Cena's, what, 48?
yeah.
Let me just find out how old Bron Breakker is.
Is he? I
Uh,
can't believe he's going to be younger than us. He's going to be younger than us, isn't
so Bron Breakker is 28. He
he? Oh,
is
same age.
11 days older than me.
Yeah, that makes
So
it.
he is
Yeah,
11 days older than me, but he's 28. So that means if you go on John Cena's age, he's got 20 years left in WWE.
mm,
Roxanne Perez, if you want to change it to be a woman, is 24.
mm,
So that means she is born. Oh, her birthday's a day after mine. Um, but she's 4 years younger. But
but yeah,
that means she's got 24 years until she gets to the John Cena age where she retires because
yeah,
women don't retire as early as they used to.
yeah.
Um,
But you know what?
Cora,
We should.
Carmelo Hayes is
Yeah,
31, so he's still
I actually
not
thought
really old.
I thought he was younger. To be fair.
Austin Theory is
He's got to be 20s.
August 1997, so he's 28 as well.
Yeah.
So 20 years on him. Logan Paul, I think, is 29 or turning 30.
Mm,
Logan Paul is. Which doesn't tell me his age. He's born in 95, so he's 31 on April
yeah, he'll be
1st.
10 first one this year. But you
Yeah,
know what?
so
Let's not do. Let's not give any of these stars a chance. Let's just throw in. Let's announce that it's going to be a brand new, massive, big era in WWE. Cena's the GOAT retired. We can have an opportunity to put someone else massive in
yeah.
the company. Royal Rumble's the kick off of those. You got the Bron Breakkers, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, Overfemis, Logan Paul's, Ospreys, everyone you've
Because
just mentioned. And
Javon's
the
only
match.
like 22, 23,
Yeah,
isn't he?
you've got all them. Let's make someone a big face of the company, headline of WrestleMania, but instead you're giving it to someone who's had about 6, 7, turned up 6, 7 shows. I get it for health reasons and movies, but
But
you're
it's
going
not anymore. I read
no,
about this. So someone said, oh, for the last 9 months he's been out
yeah,
with health conditions and movies.
mm,
No, he's recorded 3 movies.
yeah,
He
but
said it.
then
He said
he's
it on Pat McAfee, I think. And he was like,
yeah,
people keep saying I'm injured. I'm really not. I've been doing movies.
yeah, but then he comes back and he'll be here, Rumble, headline of WrestleMania. Whether they put a title on him or take a title off him, if they don't put a title on him at Mania, that'll be the last time we've seen until
They're
SummerSlam.
not going to have him lose.
That'll be the last time we've seen until
Well,
SummerSlam. And if they do put the title on him, we'll see him on Monday Night Raw. That'll be it for
just
Backlash.
thinking about it,
If
actually,
even if he defends the title at Backlash in May,
I think it's a
that'll
bit
be the last time we see
predictable
him.
now. Now looking at it, because Tom messaged me earlier and we were talking about it, and I said, "Oh,
Mm.
I was reading a article by someone that puts them on Twitter. They're quite reliable.
Yeah.
That said apparently Roman's due to be full time from now until May 9th at Backlash.
Hmm.
So that means that after Backlash he's not full time, which means he's winning a title at Mania and losing it at Backlash.
Or he just does what he used to do, and yeah, he'll be full time till Backlash, and he'll still keep his title, and he'll just go off screens. They'll make a number one contender, and they'll throw him on the show before the
He
next
has
pay per view.
ultimately become the one person that when he first joined WWE, he said he didn't want to be. and that
Yeah.
was The Rock and John
Yeah.
Cena of I'm going to be Mr. Hollywood.
Mm.
To me, the only person who has ever been consistent being in Hollywood and WWE at the same time is The Miz.
I agree. 1,000%.
He did a couple movies, but he never had to take time off to do them. He worked it out in his schedule when he had
Yeah.
spare time. He did them then. But
And he
even
still
Triple
turns
H
up at
took,
every house show as
yeah.
well.
But even Triple H took time off to do them.
Mm.
Becky Lynch took time off to do Happy Gilmore and the other ones. A load of them take time off to do movies. Like
Yeah.
Liv Morgan took some time off to do her one. The only person to me that has ever done a film in WWE that's never took the Hollywood treatment of having time off was The Miz.
Mm. So,
And you
yeah.
look at his life now. Look how many fucking programs they have about him. They've got about three
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
four programs on the go. And
Mm.
the guy still is at every show, every day, doing live. He's got two kids at home. He's got an absolute stunning wife. And he's a family man. And he's sitting there going, how do you have time to do all this, but still appear at every live show?
And the
Appear
thing
at
is, the
every
motivation
TV show?
behind it and the show of dedication, because every show and every show he's going to, he's getting made a joke of himself.
Mm.
He hasn't won a singles match since 2023, 2024. House show,
Yeah.
PLA, on screen TV. And he's going out there to basically, get him hats off. He enjoys it. That's his life. But he's going out there just to get beat. But he's still going to every single show. And even if like that, those reports are true that Tom provided with Reigns being full time till Backlash, that doesn't mean he might lose or might win or might lose, purely because even when he was champion, he wasn't even full time then.
No.
Even when he
But
was champion, he would just show up as and when, and there'll be a massive pop. As it's been this year, Roman Reigns returns at SummerSlam. Okay. Roman Reigns returns at War Games. Okay. Roman Reigns returns at Royal Rumble. How many returns do you need within a matter of 6 months? Like how many returns are we going to have for Roman
it would be
Reigns?
like it was
And
like when he was world champion. It was like Reigns returns to SmackDown. And you
yeah,
get to SmackDown like Roman Reigns returns to Raw. Like, well, how's he return? It's literally in 3 days. Roman Reigns will return to SmackDown on this day. It's like just fucking be at
yeah,
every show. Like his announcement for we already got into the video of me getting angry about him, how he was announced. We won't get back into that. Although they did announce it on fucking SmackDown. What is the
yeah,
point of putting it on SmackDown? It's been on SmackDown and Raw already. Idiots.
yeah,
But I just think he's probably one of the worst people for it. He's probably worse than The Rock. But him and Charlotte have the same treatment that they can't go longer than a couple of months without a title. They have to have the title and the pressure and do all the stories in it,
yeah.
etc.
I'd appreciate him because don't get me wrong, I am a fan of Roman Reigns. Believe it or not, I am a fan of him. I just don't appreciate how the treatment he gets in WWE. Like, because
No,
no, sorry, I don't mean that in like a good way, but like what I'm trying to say is I don't appreciate the way how he gets treated because he's like he's like a pedestal above everyone, like looking down at people,
mm,
and it's like he'll come in and be like, Hunter, give me a belt. Sounds good. No, okay, I'll get on the phone because
yeah,
and I'll sort it.
it's
And
it's
like even
very
if like and like he's travelled all the way over to Saudi and they're still not doing video package. Do it to SmackDown for. Make
yeah,
it a big surprise. Start the show. OTC comes out. I'm back. I'm going to announce myself for the Royal Rumble.
yeah.
Like, what's the point in saying you're announcing video package because it's not going to kill the surprise, kill the suspense because you're just going to wait to hear Roman Reigns' music anyway because he's being announced a video package. It would have been
I
much more
said,
exciting and much more of a pop if you bring him out on SmackDown.
or even just at the Rumble, and he just had a
Yeah,
surprise return. I
yeah,
said you'd have had a very good Rumble pop if they hadn't announced Roman and hadn't announced Brock.
mm,
But the other way you could have done it would have been on SmackDown, like you said, Roman open the show, come
mm,
out, announce, Saudi, acknowledge me. I'm declaring myself for the Royal Rumble. And then Brock's music hits. Paul
mm,
Heyman comes out with Brock. Roman, you're not the only one who's going to win. Brock tomorrow will eliminate. You start a rivalry there already,
yeah,
or continue a rivalry that's there, and then ultimately you have him eliminated before Roman even gets in the Rumble anyway.
yeah. I agree.
But then you could have had Obafemi come out and you could have had his
Yeah,
debut, SmackDown debut, and
yeah,
pop there and shit. But right, we
yes,
will leave it there anyway
yes.
because
Just obviously, I've just seen a pop up actually with a notification on YouTube. Thank you for whoever the latest comment was for pointing out to the person who commented about Gunther that it was actually Gunther who won the match against AJ and
yeah,
not actually the Rumble. If you do watch the video, and it's not a long video, it's literally 3 seconds post picture. So if you do watch the whole, the 12 seconds post, you will see Roman Reigns does appear at the end. We have done it
we
in
just put him in
we
match
have
order.
done it in match order.
Yeah, but yeah, I think tomorrow's going to be exciting for Raw.
It will.
I believe it is in Arizona, which I was not surprised about. I thought it was going to be in Saudi. I was expecting
Yeah, I,
Saudi
I thought
one.
that was well.
No, is it
Um,
either in Pennsylvania or it's in Arizona? It's one or the other.
yeah,
Um, but should be a good show. We'll hopefully get the fall from it. I'm
well,
hoping. I'm hoping we're not going to be waiting till WrestleMania for Chris Jericho, and maybe they were going to debut because I seen someone say it. Perhaps they were. Someone put. I think the tweet said maybe WWE looked at things on Friday and we're going to debut
mm,
um, Chris Jericho and Page. Well, re-debut Chris Jericho and Page at your number 30 spots, but realised that the crowd were that dead, they were
yeah.
saving it for an American show,
To be honest,
which would make sense.
the way we were saying, like, we are a bit gutted about not having surprises like Chris Jericho or Page. Half of me is thinking, like, actually, I am kind of glad
Because then it wouldn't have
because
been good.
it would have just, don't get me wrong, it would have been great for us watching it, but for the superstars themselves, like, if you're gonna get someone like them back, you need a massive pop, and they deserve a massive pop, and I just don't think Saudi would have bought that massive pop.
What if tomorrow Liv Morgan opens Raw?
Mm.
Because you'll have one will open Raw, one will open SmackDown. So Liv Morgan opens Raw
Yeah.
and ultimately decides that she will be ringside for the Stephanie Vicaire
Hmm.
Roxanne match, not Roxanne, Raquel match that night,
Yeah.
and Jade will be there. Like maybe she calls out Stephanie and Jade and she says, "I'm going to be ringside for your match tonight. After the match, I'll make my decision." And we get a bit of a Ronda Rousey rerun
Mm.
where the end of the match, Jade and Stephanie are in the ring. Liv walks in. Liv announces, "I'm going to face," or Stephanie or Raquel, whoever wins. Liv Morgan announces she's facing them, and she turns around and says something to Jade like, "Good luck with your WrestleMania opponent." And
Yeah.
then Paige's music hits.
Yeah.
Paige obviously comes out, big ass pop because she's back, but she challenges Jade face to face.
Mm.
Um, and even if that means that Paige then goes in the chamber, she's
Yeah.
setting her eyes on a champion from day one.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what she's coming back for. On SmackDown, then you get a bit of a similar situation. Roman says who he's after, um, and then maybe the other champion gets attacked,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, what's happened here? On SmackDown, CM Punk's been attacked.
Yeah.
Goes to Raw. CM Punk calls out whoever attacked me. Oh, I know who attacked me. Calls out people. Then you have Chris Jericho's music hit,
Yes.
and he comes out like, "You think you got away from me
Yeah.
when we were on the other show? I'm coming for
Hmm.
your gold again."
Yeah.
I should WWE. If you need some new creative people, just hit me up.
Yeah.
Emails in the description. You know where to find me. But no, we'll wrap it up there, guys. We appreciate obviously a
Yes.
bit of a longer one today. Let us know your thoughts on the Royal Rumble
Yeah.
and WrestleMania, build up to WrestleMania, of what's going to be coming. We do have a very, very special guest coming on the podcast Tuesday, which will be going out Wednesday. So
Yes.
please do give a look out for that. If any of you have been on social media, you may have worked out who's coming on our show.
Hmm.
That's all I'm going to say. But you may have worked out who's coming on our show. little teasers in social media. But no, keep your eyes out for that podcast. It's going to be a really good one, and we've got some
I
other
will.
guests coming up. But yeah, on to tomorrow. Back in the US for Raw. Should be exciting. So we will see you Wednesday with our Raw recap and a special guest. So
Thank you very
see you
much.
later.
See you later.
Bye.